There's an old oak by the river bend where we carved our names in younger skin. Her laughter hung on summer's end, and that scarf she wore danced in the wind. A dusty trail, a sunset glow, her shadow long in the world below. Silent whispers in the twilight's haze, each memory now a scarf that fades. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind, now I ride alone. Years went by, the river song turned sad. Those oak tree leaves found the ground unclad. Her scarf lost color, it frayed at the seams, left in the porch swing in my silent dreams. The cabin's empty, the gravel untrod, echoes of footsteps and just a facade. Where we once danced, now only I tread with the ghost of the love that we had bred. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind, now I ride alone. And in the dust of this lonely path, I see the traces of our shared past. But each day the sunset bleeds into night, I learn to live with this fading light. So let the winds talk, let them tell our tale, as I wander beneath the moon pale. Though her scarf fades, these memories won't. Across the wild lands I roam, her scarf in the wind, and I ride alone. Every sunset, a whisper of her laughter, every trail's end a chapter, and still the scarf fades, but never quite disappears, just like her.
Down by the creaking of old Tucker's Gate, where the oak tree shadows lie so still and wait, your scarf blew wild, the color of the flame. There our laughter hung, not yet touched by pain. Mornings kissed by dew, your hand clung to mine in a town too small to hold your dreams in mine. Long ride said nothing, but the wind heard it all. The silence between us as the twilight would fall, haunted by the echoes of our last goodbye. The trail's gone cold under the bleeding sky. Long ride said nothing, with my heart in your hand, leaving just shadows in this undying land. The cabin stands empty where we used to sing, dust layers thick on your silver ring. Gravel roads whisper where you danced in the rain, fading footprints, all that remain. The porch still creaks, I hear it sway and moan, a testament to days forever flown. Long ride said nothing, but the wind heard it all. The silence between us as the twilight would fall, ghosted by the echoes of our last farewell. Each sunset a story I can't bear to tell. Long ride said nothing, with my heart in your hand, leaving just shadows in this undying land. Beneath the harvest moon, I write these tracks alone. Each star a memory, a past overthrown. Could it be that the wild has swallowed your grace? Or does the prairie wind still whisper your face? Long ride said nothing, but the wind knows my plea. Across the plains where my heart still sees thee. Maybe in another life, under skies less gray, the long ride will speak what I needed to say. Long ride said nothing, and nothing's what I hold. A cowboy's tale in silence retold.
Out on the mesa where the wild sage grows, I met her under that old weathered oak. Her laughter danced on the breeze, touching my soul. In that quiet town where the river winds slow, her scarf a ribbon of red against the earth, twirling like a promise in the early morn's birth. But those eyes, the ones that shone like desert stars, now just a memory in my lonely heart's bars. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, leaving colors running, washing dreams away. On empty porches where we once said our part, now only whispers stay, and her eyes fell apart. The years have tumbled like leaves in the wind, and the trails we rode have grown over and thin. The cabin we dreamed in now abandoned stands, a monument to love's labor lost to time's sands. The saddle hangs heavy, dusty and warm, like the heart in my chest, weathered and torn. Those gravel roads knew the steps of her boots, now they're silent as my old forgotten lute. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, colors bleeding out, turning vibrant to gray. Where laughter echoed, now the silence takes part. She's gone with the wind, and her eyes fell apart. In the hush of the night, I stare at the stars, searching for a face in the moon's gentle scars. With the wind as my companion and the dust as my friend, I whisper secrets to the shadows as I mend. Her eyes fell apart like dusk into night, each star a teardrop she left in her flight. On these long roads where my soul can't restart, I carry her memory as her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart.
stood in the back of the chapel pews, wore my cleanest boots, old Sunday blues. You walked the aisle in satin white, while I hid pain behind polite. Your mama smiled, your daddy cried. The preacher spoke of groom and bride, and I just sipped my flask real slow, trying not to let my sorrow show. She married someone else today, and I just smiled and walked away. No toast, no tears, no loud regret, just memories I can't forget. I let her go like a man should do, but Lord knows I still bled through. I clapped my hands, I wished her well, while dying quietly in my shell. Danced once back in 22, under fairground lights and sky so blue. She said forever, I said too, but sometimes always don't pull through. Now he holds the hand I used to kiss, and she wears pride, not cowardice. Guess he gave what I could not, a little piece, a better shot. She married someone else today, and I just stood too proud to stay. I drove off slow with the windows down, let my heart ache fill this town. She was my flame, she chose the rain, and I'm just learning to love the pain. So if you ask, I'll never tell. She married someone else. She married someone else today, and I still feel her drift away. But I won't beg, I won't complain, just raise my glass to love's remains. Let her believe I'm doing fine, even if I'm breaking line by line. She's gone for good, and I can't dwell, 'cause she married someone else. I stood there like hell.
In the shadow of the oak by the creek where we met, I found your old boots, unfaded, soaked and set. Whispers of dust on the leather worn thin, each crack a story, each stain a sin. We walk wild lands under skies so vast, in a quiet town where our love was cast. Old boots burns, you're the echo of her steps in the rain, the soft sigh of the wind, calling her name. Every sunset bleeds like the heartache I've earned. With each mile I roam to the days of Boots Burns. Now the cabin's empty, fire's just ash and smoke. Where once we lay, now it's just shadows that I coax. The gravel roads whisper with the tales of your scarf, drifting away like a melody on a lone guitar. The porch still creaks, missing the weight of your gaze, as I search the horizon, lost in a dusty haze. Old Boots burns, you're the echo of her steps in the rain, the soft sigh of the wind, calling her name. Every sunset bleeds like the heartache I've each mile I roam back to the days of boots burns. Under the infinite prairie sky, I confess in the rustle of the leaves I hear your dress. I'm a ghost in these boots, wandering worn, chasing shadows from a love long torn. Every sunset a reminder of the love I spurned. In the dust I'll keep walking through the days of boots burns. Yes, in the dust I'll keep walking, haunted by boots burns.
In the shadow of oak trees by the sleepy creek's bend, I found a heart shaped by fire in the ash of the wind. We carved our names on a cabin where the honeysuckles grew. The porch still holds our whispers, but now it's missing you. Oh, fire carved in lands of wild embrace, my soul rides lonesome trails, haunted by your face. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue. Fire carved, oh, I'm still burning true. The gravel road's now quieter, where your laughter filled the air. An old scarf you left behind dances on the wooden chair. Rain taps on the window like the rhythm of your song, but the melodies are faded since you've been gone too long. Oh, fire carved in lands of wild embrace, my soul rides lonesome trails, haunted by your face. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue. Fire carved, oh, I'm still burning true. Underneath the endless sky, where dreams dare to roam, I'll wander through the memories in search of way back home. But every star's a whisper from a love I can't reclaim. Loneliness my compass in this vast and tamed domain. Oh, fire carved in lands of wild embrace, my soul rides lonesome trails, haunted by your face. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue. Fire carved, oh, I'm still burning true. So here I stand in silence, with the dusk upon my skin. The night air tastes of sorrow, of what could have been. Fire carved, a love that never will expire. In the quiet of the darkness I still yearn, I still aspire.
Out past where the creek bends low, on the shadow of the oak, lies a trail we carved worn deep, but whispers only winds evoke. That old porch still holds your laugh in the creaks of a weathered wood, where we'd watch the sun dip down, dreaming more than we ever should.
the trail's gone cold, the leaves have turned their shade, and every sunset bleeds the same. The colors of your scarf now fade in the silence of the empty cabins. Echoes of our love remain like dust left floating in the beam of the lonely lantern's flame. Gravel roads knew our names, in the dust our tales are spun. But seasons turned as you did walk into the setting sun. Now the saddle hangs untouched, the bridle lays without a hand. I roam these quiet towns alone, a shadow stretching with the land. Oh my dear, the trail's gone cold, the leaves have turned their shade, and every sunset bleeds the same. The colors of your scarf now fade in the silence of the empty cabins. Echoes of our love remain like dust left floating in the beam of the lonely lantern's flame. Rain falls soft on old tin roofs like tears I've learned to hide. Yet every drop that touches earth stirs your memory inside. As the thunder rolls across the plains and lightning strikes the heart, I find solace in the storm where you and I aren't far apart. Oh my dear, the trail's gone cold and I'm worn like the leather freight, but in every whispered wind I hear the songs we once played. Through the windswept valleys and over mountains draped in snow, I wander with your ghost along the lost trail carved where echoes never go.
In the shadow of the oak, where our names are still carved, whiskey sleeps in the flask, holding memory starved. I found her scarf faded red against the prairie dust, echoes of laughter lost in winds as the iron weathers to rust. Oh, whiskey sleeps, but my heart's wide awake under moonlit sorrows and the sun's forsaken ache. In the silence of the cabin where our love once danced, I roam like a shadow on these trails entranced. Gravel roads watch the taillights as you drove from this town, leaving echoes on the porch where we once settled down. The saddle sits empty where you rode by my side, through fields where the wildflowers reluctantly hide. Oh, whiskey sleeps, but my heart's wide awake under moonlit sorrows and the sun's forsaken ache. The rain taps like memories on the windows in vain, while I clutch at the ghost of your whisper like the last summer rain.
like my dreams settling down. Each sunset a closing curtain on the stage of this town. The oak tree still stands, but it's weeping sad tears for the man and the memories lost to the years. A whiskey sleeps on the edge of my lips, like a lullaby sung for an eclipse. And I know as the stars start to sweep in my heart, your sweet love, it'll forever sleep. Farewell, my darling, in the deep embrace of the night, where whiskey sleeps and the world puts things right.
There's an oak tree just past the hill where silence talks and time stands still. Its roots hold stories left unsaid and bark like paper for the dead. I rode there slow, my hat pulled low. The sky burned gold, the wind moved slow. I pulled my knife and carved one line, the name I swore was once just mine. I buried my name beneath the oak, no cross, no stone, no preacher spoke. Just one last breath, one last vow to leave behind the man I was somehow. I didn't cry, I didn't choke, just carved and dug in prairie smoke. No eulogy, no farewell cloak, I buried my name beneath the oak. The grass was tall, the dusk ran deep. The sky looked down as if to weep. The crows flew low, the breeze was dry, and somewhere coyote said goodbye. I left no note, no kiss, no trail, just saddle creaks and one exhale. And if they ever ask of me, say he rode west where souls run free. I buried my name beneath the oak, where hearts go quiet and fire folk spoke, where thunder dreams and horses roam, and men like me find peace alone. Don't sing no song, don't light no flame, just let the dirt forget my name. Let wind and stars the story cloak, I buried it beneath the oak. Some folks die in towns and beds, but me, I chose the sky instead. No one owns the wind you see, and now the wind remembers me. I buried my name beneath the oak, then turned my back and didn't look. The sun went down, the world went wide, and I rode off with no one by my side. If you hear hooves where no one spoke, it's just the man who left his name beneath the oak.
In
the shadow of an oak where wildflowers dare to bloom. I first saw you laughing under the harvest moon. Your scarf danced with the prairie wind, so wild and free. We carved our names on that old porch, just you and me. But now the lantern fades, the light flickers out so soon, like whispers of you on the wind beneath the weeping moon. Every star up in that endless aching sky sings a lonesome cowboy's lullaby. Years gone like dust down an empty gravel road where we once walked, now I wander alone. The cabin stands, but the laughter's long since died, just echoes of the voices that once filled the night. The lantern fades, the flame just memories old, burning like the tales around these parts once told. Every star up in that heaven's grieving vault plays a tune for love that was no one's fault. Sometimes I think I hear you on the breeze through the pines, calling me back to what once was yours and mine. But time's a river, girl, and it's flowed right on past, leaving me to wonder which goodbye was our last. Yes, the lantern fades, the light now barely seen, like the love that lives forever in my dreams. Every star, teardrop, the sky, canvas vast, holding tight to a cowboy's love that's meant to last. So I'll ride these trails till that last lantern light goes out, finding solace in the silence, what my heart's about. And maybe beyond the dusk, where old ghosts softly tread, I'll find that lost love's whisper in the sunset's fiery red. In the dawn's gray whisper, cold morning flew, with her hair like wildfire and eyes so true. We'd sit by the creek where the old oak grew. Life was a dream in the misty dew. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away, with my heart in your saddlebag each passing day? The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm just a shadow on the old byway. The cabin stands empty on Whispering Pine, where we carved our names in the soft sweet rime. But the wind sings lonesome across the divide, since you took the sunset, left me behind. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away, with my heart in your saddlebag each passing day? The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm just a shadow on the old byway. so wild and sweet. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away with my heart in your saddlebag each passing day? The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm whispering love to the winds that stray. So here's to the love that rides with the dawn, to the heart that keeps traveling long after it's gone. Cold morning, in my song you live on, in the echoes of old porches till the stars are withdrawn.
I've crossed the rivers, climbed the rise, watched red dust paint the evening skies. My boots wore thin from years gone by, chasing dreams I couldn't tie. The canyon winds all knew my name, so did the storm, so did the flame. I rode with ghosts, I rode alone, my only home was what I owned. But she was the sunset I found, burning gold where the hills fell down. She stood like peace in a world untrue, with eyes like dusk and a voice like dew. I'd seen the world from town to town, but nothing shook me, nothing profound, till she looked up without a sound. She was the sunset I finally found. She had a garden by her door, and boots too clean for riding war. Said she baked her bread by hand and read old books she didn't plan. I tipped my hat and barely spoke. She laughed and handed me her cloak. Said, cowboy, rest your saddle bones, even legends need a home. She was the sunset I found, a fire that warmed my worn out crown. I'd seen the stars, I'd kissed the wind, but never knew where love had been. She pulled me close without a rope, no tricks, no games, no lines, no hope, just her and me in common ground. She was the sunset I found. I didn't ride to find a flame, but somehow she called out my name, and every mile I rode before led me straight to her front door. She made no sound, just stood there like the end of day, soft and fierce in a honeyed way. And if this road should call me gone, I'll take her light and ride on strong, but I'll always turn my heart around back to the sunset that I found. Out where the oak tree shadows creep, by the creek where the willows weep, there's a wheel half buried where lilies grow, marking love's passage soft and slow. Her laughter echoes in the breeze, whispers across the Amarillo seas. That old wagon wheel, rusted red, spins tales of the love we once had. Wagon wheel, keep on turning through the whispering winds, and the fire still burning. My heart rides on your rusty rim, rolling through memories brim to brim.
In the cool night air under starlit vaults, my spirit wanders, my heart halts. By that old wagon wheel I'm forever don't, bound to the ghost the wagon wheel haunts. Years have worn the leather of my saddle, paths have changed, now let's travel. The cabin's empty, the porch swings alone, echoing steps of a love long gone. Riding these trails, dust to dawn, the scarf she left now sun-bleached and worn. Gone the dreams of wild roses sprout, leaving just shadows filled with doubt. Wagon wheel, keep on turning through the whispering winds and the fire still burning. My heart rides on your rusty rim, rolling through memories brim to brim. In the cool night air under starlit vaults, my spirit wanders, my heart halts. By that old wagon wheel I'm forever don't, bound to the ghost the wagon wheel haunts. Now the rains trace old trails like tears on my face, each drop a memory, each storm a trace of a love so wild, like the mustangs that run underneath the fading western sun. Wagon wheel, keep on turning, my heart's a campfire forever burning. Ghostly love, ride with the wind in the wild yonder, where our dreams are thin. Here by the wheel I stand, I haunt with the quiet whispers the wagon wheel taunts. In the silence there's nothing to flaunt, just a cowboy, his memories, and the wagon wheel haunts. In the shade of an ancient oak, where the whispers of the old world spoke, I carved our names in the heart of the wood, where the silence of our lost love stood. The creek nearby, it sang its tune beneath the quiet prairie moon. Your scarf still caught on the jagged bark, a faded red against the dark. Oh, these ghost-carved memories, they haunt the trails where we once roamed. In every gust your laughter flees through empty cabins past dreams we own. My heart's a shadow in the twilight, drifting over gravel roads in the fading light of a love that might have been where the restless river flows. Now the porch where we used to sit, watch the seasons change, admit to the winds that sweep through hollow rooms, carrying the remnants of old perfumes. And I, lone rider on these plains, find solace in the rains that wash the tracks we left behind, but never blur you from my mind. Oh, these ghost-carved memories, they haunt the trails where we once roamed. In every gust your laughter flees through empty cabins past dreams we own. My heart's a shadow in the twilight, drifting over gravel roads in the fading light of a love that might have been where the restless river flows. By the dusty glow of the setting sun, I see your face and I come undone. Time's cruel hand may heal the scars, but leaves its stories in the stars. An old saddle worn lies near the door, like my heart not needed anymore. In the echoes of my solitude lies the quiet depth of my gratitude. Oh, these ghost carved memories, they haunt the trails where we once roamed. In every gust of laughter flees through empty cabins past dreams we owned. I let the dust claim what's left to save me, folks. Shadows by the grave of a love too wild to ever tame. Ghost carved, I'll whisper your name.
Out where the oak tree shadows lay, long and lean, there's an old wooden porch where we used to dream. A scarf you left behind, caught on a rusty nail, whispers of the dust and the sweet clover trail. I can still see your smile in the blaze of the sunset on that long gravel road where our last kiss was said. Oh, the silence called my name through the whispering wind. Your voice fades away like a ghost in the bend. These rolling fields where my heart feels the same, empty cabins moan neath the sky's crying rain. Silence called my name, and I answered with tears, lost in the echo of our vanishing years. The saddle sits idle where once we rode wild through the rivers of time. Love's currents beguiled. Now nights are just pages of an old western tale where laughter once echoed, now only the gale. Your footsteps in the dust have long been washed away by the rain that turned vibrant dreams to shades of gray. Oh, the silence called my name through the whispering wind. Your voice fades away like a ghost in the den. These rolling fields where my heart feels the same, empty cabins moan neath the sky's crying rain. Silence called my name, and I answered with tears, lost in the echo of our vanishing years. In the stillness of a fading trail's end, I found that every shadow bends towards the memory of those days when love was wild and time was a haze. Yes, the silence called my name in a voice so worn, like a bell toll solemnly for love that's torn. I walk these empty roads under stars' solemn gleam, where silence calls my name and I drift in dreams. Here in the heartbreak, where my soul remains bound forever to silence, where love's echo sustains.
Out where the oak tree shadows stretch past the edge of this worn wooden deck, that's where we watch the world turn gold on the porch of the ranch now turned so cold. We swore our dreams beneath the stars, tangled hearts in the soft glow of Mars. Now the wind whispers through empty halls, dust settles where your laughter once called. Sunsets bleed into crestfallen nights, under the silence of lost lovers' lights. This abandoned ranch turned cold and gray holds the ghosts of our yesterdays. I rode past the river where we used to swim, gravel roads overgrown, memories dim. The town's old saloon stands quiet and tired, like the fire in my soul that once burned inspired. No more echoes on that creaky front porch, just a lone saddle and a flickering torch. The wind whispers through empty halls, dust settles where your laughter once called. Sunsets bleed into crestfallen nights, under the silence of lost lovers' lights. This abandoned ranch turned cold and gray holds the ghosts of our yesterdays. Sometimes I think I hear your scarf in the breeze, or see your shadow in the sway of the trees. But it's just the soul of this lonely place, and the echo of a tender vanished grace. So I whisper goodbye to the quiet ground, to the love that once lived but can't be found. As the sun dips low, my heart still stays, serenading the ruins with our old love's praise. This abandoned ranch, forever turned cold, keeps the stories of us that will never grow old.
Shadow of the old oak tree, where you carved our name so wild and free. The wind whispers through the leaves, a silent chill. Beneath that oak, unspoken words stood still. A scarf you left hangs on the porch, faded by sun, a gray weathered torch, reminding me of the laughter, now silent and shrill, where once we danced, unspoken words stood still. Oh, how the prairie moon wept in vain, over gravel roads where echoes speak your name. Each sunset dips in colors you once adored, but your memory, a shadow, nothing more. Saddles gather dust in an empty room, like my heart in corners where cobwebs loom. Paths we rode now overgrown against my will, in this quiet town unspoken words stood still. The rain tapped soft on the old cabin's glass, each drop a tear from the storms that pass. They speak of times your warmth could fill, now they're just rain and unspoken words stood still. Oh, how the prairie moon wept in vain, over gravel roads where echoes speak your name. Each sunset dips in colors you once adored, but you're a memory, a shadow, nothing more.
If silence were a river, wide and deep, I'd sail it quiet where lost loves sleep. But mine flows through the canyon against the grain, through wild lands where my heart remains. So here I stand where the old oak sighs, a lone figure beneath the vast unending skies. The prairie moon still weeps, but I implore for quiet peace where unspoken words soar. Echoes of you like the wind forever will haunt these lands where unspoken words stood still.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river bends, I first saw her silhouette against the sun's dying embers. That old wooden porch creaked beneath her bare feet as the wind played with the scarf that danced around her slender neck. Ghost cries on the prairie whisper through the sage, haunting this old heart as I ride through another age. Every mile I travel, every storm I brave, her love's a shadow fading in the twilight of an empty grave. Years have turned the leaves from green to dust. That cabin stands alone, boards warped by wind's harsh trust, where laughter once filled the cooling summer air. Now only silence answers the creak of that old rocking chair. Ghost cries on the prairie echo across the plains, her voice drifts over fields that once bloomed with golden grains. Every star that flickers, reflecting in my tear, is a memory of a love lost, whispering on the frontier. Vast expanse of endless indigo, I reckon every step I take is one more I let her go. But her scent in the rain, her touch in the wind's embrace, tells me that this cowboy's heart will forever be her place. Ghost cries on the prairie, sing a lonesome tune, like the howl of the night wolves under a waning crescent moon. Yet in every setting sun, down every gravel trail, her essence rides beside me, eternal as an old folk's tale. Her love's a story etched upon the dust I write, a tale of a ghost
who's never truly left my side.
In the shadow of the oak tree, where we carved our name so wild, there's an echo of laughter, of a love unreconciled. On that old porch I found the scarf you wore, now gray and frayed. It dances with the ghostly wind where our promises once lay. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, under skies that turned to cries, whispers midst the windswept plains, saddle up my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night, where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh, under the vast unending sky. Gravel roads whisper stories through the dust of my old boots, every step a memory, each path a root of deeper root. But time has swept the corners of the cabin where you smiled, and rain has washed the trails where once our hearts ran free and wild. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, under skies that turned to cries, whispers midst the windswept plains, saddle up my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night, where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh, under the expansive mournful sky. Now I roam through empty lands, where your laughter filled the air. Sunsets paint my solitude, a canvas stark and bare. Yet in the silence, neath the stars, your face in dreams appears, holding on to a ghost of love, drowned within my silent tears. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, farewells under twilight skies. Every memory fades to gray, on the trails I walk astray. In the heart of every night, I find your eyes, my fading light. Goodbye letter, a love untied, with every lonesome starlit stride.
There's an old oak by the river bend, where we carved our names in younger skins. Her laughter hung on summer's end, and that scarf she wore danced in the wind. A dusty trail, a sunset glow, her shadow long in the world below. Silent whispers in the twilight's haze, each memory now a scarf that fades. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam,
her scarf in the wind. Now I ride alone. Years went by, the river song turned sad. Those oak tree leaves found the ground unclad. Her scarf lost color, it frayed at the seams, left in the porch swing in my silent dreams. The cabin's empty, the gravel untrod, echoes of footsteps, now just a facade. Where we once danced, now only I tread, with the ghost of the love that we had bred. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind, now I ride alone. And in the dust of this lonely path, I see the traces of our shared past. But each day the sunset bleeds into night, I learn to live with this fading light. So let the winds talk and let them tell our tale, as I wander beneath the moon pale. Though her scarf fades, these memories won't. Across the wild lands I roam, her scarf in the wind, and I ride alone. Every sunset, a whisper of her laughter. Every trail's end, a chapter. And still the scar fades, but never quite disappears. Just like her.